Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Another show of Answers from the Universe, and we are going to get into some more serious discussions about what's going on the planet and updates from Peter the Insider, who is working with the ACIO and has some more information to share with us. But as you know, that there's a lot going on, and we can't cover everything, but specific topics that are more important than others are ones that we are going to discuss for right now. But it doesn't matter. There's so many things going on that we could probably go on and on and on about all different areas. But for right now, I'm going to bring in Peter and welcome him to the show. Hello, Peter. How are you?
Hello. Thank you very much. Considering all the crazy circumstances, good. Thank you for asking.
Okay. So and you know we started off because we've had a few questions that have come up, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been supporting our show and is listening regularly and learning quite a bit from the discussions and some of the insights of what's happening, and through the perspective of Peter the Insider and the data that's being retrieved from the ACIO. So let's see, where do we begin, Peter? I think we had someone asked about 5G, the 5G network, and they were requesting, to understand. I think it was a Barbara D. What can you tell us about the 5G mobile network being implemented as we speak?
The stuff is that the 5G is, I don't want to say it will be not about extremely, like tremendously faster and faster internet connection in comparison with 4G. No, I don't want to say it will be not, because it will be. But the main goal is, respectively, it will be that they want to have some 5G, some jitter and ping. Jitter and ping, because many people maybe don't know what's going on. These two parameters are extremely important for online players, so people who are playing games online. And that's the question. Why people who are doing this, who are doing, be very good at like this all around the world, all around the globe, if you wanna call it this way, caring about the internet connection all around the world, all around the earth, and why they are doing this? I mean, like, what's the problem? Tell me. Because this is not good. Once they are doing this only for people who are playing games, I mean, okay, it's not a big deal once people are working hard and they wanna just reset for, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes maybe or half hour. Not a problem. But there are many people, and these numbers are only extremely fast increasing. They are making money, and tremendous like a matter of going money, and they are doing what they are doing. So I don't know what the heck should I think about that. It's like, at least from my point of view, because many people don't know that there are some frequencies, I mean some, how can I say that, range of frequencies that they are very similar, respectively the same as humans' brain frequencies. So they can, they can do what they can do, respectively what they are doing. It's very easy. They can change practically whatever they want. They can make literally zombies from people. And that's what I think is very bad. And people should know about that. I know that many people don't like us because many people think that we are, tell me, that we are what? Uh, they are telling to be what? That we are not telling to be, that we are only, uh, they are only talking about bad stuff, and we are, uh, can you tell me, can you help me remember? Because you told me that we are only negativists and talking about negative stuff. Am I right?
Right. Well, we're trying to bring things to, showing the dangers of certain areas, and that is, interpreted or misinterpreted as being negative. But we need to bring to attention what some of these things that are happening, what the real effect is that you're not being told. And correct?
Yeah, you are right, but that's the problem because many people, what? Many people don't want to say that because this is like, once people are okay with this matrix system and they are afraid of that, they don't want to get out of it because they think that, okay, we are here, we are in matrix. This is like that. This is like 5 weekdays, 2 weekends. Bye bye. End of story. They are in the crowd, and this is it. They think that the crowd is being in crowd. That's fine because they don't want to do anything. That's the problem. Do you know what I mean? This is absolute. This is crazy. And
So
people don't know what the heck is going on here. For example, um, these people in this I don't want to say this factory because of course they are building it in a factory, but in this company they are doing this for Tesla. I'm talking about US cars, and they are doing what they are doing. They are, I don't want to say they did that, but technically they have so many like reserves of cobalt. They can do, I don't want to say this H bomb, I mean like, yeah, hydrogen bomb, that it is something like, very similar to H bomb, and once they will use it, that will be bye bye, end of story. Nothing else will be left, nothing, except except because it's I'm liking it, so it will be like what is it, like cockroaches, and what will be the same? Only cockroaches and the rats will survive. Do you know what I mean? Because cockroaches and rats will survive everything. Sorry,
oh,
it's
geez.
it's it's this is
Why is that?
specific because this is my specific sense of humor. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I know, but those things seem to never die, do they?
Yeah. But I'm laughing at it, but this is not like that.
No,
So
no.
that's the problem. That's the problem.
Well, it's 15 kilograms of cobalt in the batteries of the Tesla cars. And so I guess they said when reacting with a small hydrogen bomb, turns it into cobalt 60 that can kill 15 million people. That's what one of our listeners sent us. information.
Yeah, but technically they can do that, but they never did, you know. I think because they know
So
that it will be because they know that something like that is possible, but they know on one hand, but on the other hand, they know that it will be lose-lose situation, not win-win situation, but do you know what I mean? Lose-lose situation.
yeah, well, they'll get destroyed. Everyone will get destroyed. So what's the purpose, right?
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
are right. You are right. Yes.
Yeah, but there are other things that probably could have wiped out the Earth as well, and there's always probably, for a while since we started to really play with atomic elements, and there's always been a potential that they could really do some serious damage. But fortunately, there is a sensibility that even the bad ones realize that they're not going to win if they pursue that.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah.
So, yeah, and I don't know what is there a connection between Tesla and these vehicles? Because said that Tesla is here, and but
Yeah,
does
but
he
you
work with Elon?
you are doing crazy stuff as always. I don't know how can I communicate with him because he's always doing what he's doing, you know. so so crazy.
Who's Tesla?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I can't communicate with him. How can I say that in normal situation, you know, because he's telling with how can I say that, you know, what what it's just a little bit complicated because it's something like a poem or something like that, and it's like up to us normal random people to guess what he wanted to tell us. Do you know what I mean?
is he what star system is he from, or what's the ETs that are working with Tesla?
That's the problem because he are always using the riddle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
and
I
that's
don't
how they
know.
operate. That's how they
Yeah,
operate.
yeah. That's the problem. That's the problem. And he's writing very often the stuff we can't read because it looks like how can I say that? Like mirror reading. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's backwards, sort of. You have
Yeah.
to look at it through a mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. You
cryptic.
are.
Yeah, cryptic. Does he use symbols as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's like ET cryptic stuff. It reminds me of the Voynich manuscript.
Yeah. Many people don't know what the heck is going on with the Voynich manuscript, and once because I don't know how the heck is going on, how the heck it was able to do that. But once when I was with Tesla, there was Voynich manuscript, but technically it wasn't our Voynich because it was extremely big. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And Tesla was writing something, and I was like, what? And it was about some machines. They can fly, and they can, how can I say that? It will, it will be like submarine, and it can fly as airplane, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? This is crazy. What should you do? This is crazy, you know.
So when you say submarine, like it can go underwater too, as well as fly?
Yeah, but I don't know because he was talking, and the problem was that it was something like that, and those people who are with him, they played backwards, and I don't know how many times slower, and they was able to understand what he was asking about. It was something like that. You know, this is crazy.
Yeah, fast. It was fast.
Yeah, like that. This is
Like they
crazy.
turn up, like we used to do that with a record when I was young, and they
Yeah,
turn up, and
exactly.
you go
But
really
this is,
slow or you go really fast. Yeah,
yeah, but the stuff is that sometimes it's just a little bit funny for me.
yeah.
And this is it that I was sometimes when because uh, you know I'm not perfect. Every single man or woman, you know, I mean like mankind creature, we are not perfect. But once I can go to his, you know, stuff, this you know normal like uh, these normal you know watches, they are moving extremely faster or sometimes extremely slow. I
Right.
mean, I'm talking
Yeah.
about that.
Time.
Yeah, extremely slow and extremely what? Tell me.
Time. The way time operates.
Yeah, but the problem
Yeah.
is that sometimes it's extremely slow and another time is like,
Rapid.
yeah,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is crazy. And I was like, what's the problem? And it was like that, you know. And I think that he's doing his, you know, magic, if you wanna call it that way. Yeah, but to be perfectly honest, I've got many weird experiences. I was faced with tremendous amounts of I don't know, like you know, those people and all kind of stuff. But this is extremely bad. I don't like it, and maybe that's the problem because Tesla was, you know, like this mad ass scientist, typical one. So how can I say that? It is extremely complicated to be around him, and it is causing me some sort of nausea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I am telling this in good action. So I mean
Um,
English action, you know. So it was like
vertigo.
sorry.
The word vertigo, I think, is what you're talking about. Like, vertigo is what you get when you are in kind of like things are moving too many different
Yeah.
ways.
No.
Yeah.
It is not. It wasn't only vertigo. No, it was about the nausea. So I don't know if I need to go to WC or if I want to vomit. And
Yeah.
as you said, vertigo. All these things together. It was extremely bad, very bad stuff. I was like, this is no, I don't want to do this. No, definitely not. So this is it. This is it.
Now, is he on the Earth in this dimension, or is he on another dimension?
That's the problem. If it will be goddamn good if I wanna, if I will know, but I don't know.
But he's impacting what's going on the Earth.
I don't know. But from my point of view, it's only some mirror reflection. But it's only mine, my, you know, my stuff. This is crazy. This is crazy. Jeez,
But does he give information to Elon Musk? Or he's not helping any of these bad corporations,
no,
right?
no. But he was doing. I don't know what should I think about that. Those people, because they are young people, they are not you know. Uh, how can I say that? They are not. How can I say that? Young men or youngs. Do you know what I mean? They are
Hmm.
young people from Monarch, and he was doing this crazy stuff. I'm talking about Tesla. He was pulling out of them. It was extremely tiny, and it was I don't know, like from inch to inch of length, another color, and it was like I was like, what? From from mouth, from one was from a mouth, another one was from nose, and another one was from
Ears?
earth. No. From help me. From earth. That was crazy.
And what are the colors? And you said what's extremely
No,
small?
the colors was like help me, like a rainbow colors.
And they were coming from Tesla, or they're coming from the kid?
No. That they were inside his. I don't know what it is. What's like that, and he was doing this.
Oh,
Wasn't it crazy?
yeah. That's he's just doing all sorts of things that appear to be like an illusion, or is he trying to maybe block people from seeing what he's doing?
No, I think that he was doing good stuff, and
Yeah,
they
but
were
still hiding it.
they were like, how can I say that? Um, Once they have, how can I say that? They have, how can I say that? Normal musus. Do you know what I mean? And the problem was that. How can I say that? I'm thinking about that. That it was like when someone has, something how can I say that? When someone is ill, being being cold. Do you know what I mean? And 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 doing all this stuff, I was thinking, I don't know what the heck should I do, because they were doing all this like vomiting, only this see-throughable mususing. Do you know what I mean? Like phlegms. And on this, there was this those how can I say that? These how can I say that? These cords. Do you know what I mean? And after that, after he did that, he do it, and there was the stuff. I don't know what they are doing. I don't know why, because he used to making. It was literally extremely small, and it looks like atomic bomb. Okay. It was like what?
A compact power.
What?
Source.
What?
Like a compact power source.
Yeah, but why it was so
quantum?
Small? Why it was quantum? So small? Why it was so small? Tell me why.
Is it quantum?
It was crazy. It was crazy.
He obviously knows about a lot of different things. I mean, Peter, can you tell us what ET group he's working with?
I don't know, but he's always talking about. Help me. I don't know, because one he's telling about Gary and Jerry.
Right, the Earthers.
Yeah, of course. He's doing crazy stuff. Yes.
And what about Solipsy Ray?
Yes, of course. And those solipsy rays, they are using this. It's so weird. It is like football. I need to translate it. I don't want to say into, but it is technically another language, another version of English language. Because in once you are telling in US football as a football, right? It's it's help me. It's not the football in another parts of the world, but it's rugby, right? It is the same as uh, football in German
Yeah, soccer.
languages.
We call it.
Soccer. Yes, you are
Yeah.
right. So and there is this ball. It is not technically the ball. It's like it looks like peanut, right? And on this peanut, once all of these people, because it was so weird from my perspective. I was outside of the room. It was normal. Approximately um, normal position of uh, like people they are doing this, and now they was able to use it, and I was like, what the heck is going on? There are many of them, and they was able to touch it, all of them in one time, and this peanut was extremely shiny, bright shiny. Do you know what I mean? Suddenly, and it starts to how can I say that, to fast. And what do you think? What happened? The stuff was that there was this, how can I say that, this machine, and this machine was something like, what, how can I say that, fuse reactor, and it was,
Yeah.
what, tell me?
Yeah, no, that's what I was seeing when you were talking about. It's like it was moving very rapidly, like mo molecules moving fast.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. I mean, how can I say that? That's the problem. Why, how now I can one how and can I telling now, because they used something in order to, how can I say that, normally it's extremely problematic for me to get all the memories out from my head, because they did something. Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
did,
they wiped your memory.
yeah, I know. I don't want to say wipe. No, they did what they did, and it's complicated for me to tell about this. This is crazy. Jesus.
I know, I could see you struggling over just trying to explain it
Yeah.
because yeah, they do that. That I've found that happen multiple times, and people are like, I'm stuttering, I'm talking like I don't know, like I feel like I can't articulate myself, and people think that, well, what's wrong with you? Just say what you have to say, and I have these pauses in between, and I don't know what's going on, and I'm pretty sure it has something to do with being in these unusual fields, and they sometimes don't want you to remember everything, so then you get fragmented memories or other types of experiences, but it actually interrupts your train of speaking. It
Yeah, but that was, do you know, was the craziest part of the story, that it was just like that, and it was the coach. It was um, the bus, and it was a big bus. I mean, like a double decker, right? And I was driving. I never drive something like that. And they were telling me, and I was like, what? I never did something like that. But I can't stop. This is fucked up. I can't
Yeah.
stop it. That was like, okay, this is throttle. This is I can you know this is throttle. This is, how can I say that, this is brake. This is throttle. This is something another stuff. And I'm like, I wanna stop this. I can't. This is fucked up.
You mean is it like a dream, Peter? And
No,
you
no, no,
find
no.
yourself
This
no?
is not. This is not a dream, because I was able to see anything I can, respectively everything I like in a normal situation. And the problem is, that they are able to talk with me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they bring you into a reality, and it's you're actually driving this double-decker bus, and you can't stop it. You can't stop driving. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Right.
I never did something like that before. And for example, I was height. How can I say that? Height under the drugs. What is fucked
You're
up?
high.
Because yeah,
High.
height.
Okay.
This is crazy, because they were these people, any one of them, these people, they were hiding. I was like, what? And I was constantly I was smiling like, for any kind of some bullshit, you know. This was fucked up.
But you didn't take any substances.
Nope,
No,
nope.
but they can induce this kind of feeling in you that you don't know what's going on.
But yeah, but do you know what was the crazy stuff? The craziest part of the story was, uh, I was doing what I am doing, and what do you think? The stuff was that Max, respectively Maxine, was just like that, uh, like in front of my house, and she was looking at me as a stranger. Like,
Hmm.
do you know when cats or dogs are focusing on you? They are do you know what I mean? Like, looking their heads on a certain site. Do you know what I mean? And they are
Yeah,
looking.
like staring,
Yeah,
staring.
and that was bad. Do you know? And she was lighting like that, and she was telling me, life is strange. And do you know what was, I mean, she was giving me the joint. And I was like, what the fuck? The same
Wow.
joint. This joint looked exactly the same as, I don't know, it was a dream or I don't know what, because I was able to see that. It was like, how can I say that? The first and second, do you know what I mean? Like, first was right side, second was left side. I mean, like, right side, I mean, like, vertical, and second one was horizontal. Do you know? Because you can't buy a joint in normal store. And I was like, this is like, it looks like exactly like my joint. This, but tell me, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, like how
Many
did it all
people,
happen?
many people will tell me that they don't want to hear that. But once I am doing this, and believe me, I am not only myself. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what should I think.
So how often do they pull you into these situations?
For last week, 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
That's the reason
Wow.
why I am telling about this.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you don't know what's up or down then with it's too many situations that don't make any sense.
Yeah, you are right.
Last week, was it last week? Was the World Cup, right? Or was recently? It's the World Cup, and a friend contacted me and said, "Oh, Belgium won one of the games. They beat France." And then the next
Which
day, I
which
hear the
games? Which games? Tell me. Which
soccer.
game?
This is the European football or soccer
Yeah,
and the World Cup, right? And then they
yeah,
said afterwards, "Oh, France beat Belgium." I said, "I thought Belgium just beat France." And it was like we didn't know. Is this a Mandela effect or what's going on? And there
yeah,
was something really weird around the World
yeah,
Cup.
yeah, yeah. Mandela effect. Yeah, you are right. You are right.
Yeah, so I now why did they do that with it? Is it because France wanted to be on top and
No, no, no. You are not right. This is not about France. This is about they are doing. How can I say that? There are technically two main. How can I say that? Two main stuff about being. How can I say that? Normally, they can do what they can do only being in normal situation, but with different timelines. So this is just a little bit normal. Sorry, my bad. Just a little bit uh, slower or faster. Some sometimes or something like that. This is not a problem. It's okay. But the stuff is that what they are doing is the fact that there will be another universe, respectively parallel realities. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
they respect. How can I say that? These two, we know about them. Not a problem, not a big deal. Problem is that they did something between it. Do you know what I mean? It is more than being real but bad, being someone who is doing this, uh, like in another situation, in another universe. So we even don't know how we can call it.
Hmm.
That's the problem. And Tesla loves to play with this. Don't know. We don't know. And he loves it. This is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's helping us probably, and but
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are right.
he doesn't want everyone in his space. He
Yeah,
wants
but
it.
problem is that, for example, people they are doing what they are doing, and it's all around the world. It's happening that people are doing things that they never saw about it. And for example, these big mammals, especially mammals, I'm talking about, being in oceans, or for example, elephants, you know, cheetahs and all in help me in Africa, they are doing what they are doing. They are, believe it or not, they are talking. That's fucked up. Why?
The animals are talking to each other or
No,
to humans.
yes, they are talking to each other, but it was not a big deal until they are talking to each other in such a way that people are sorry, I'm laughing about it because crazy, because people are able to understand them. Uh,
Wow.
Sorry, but this. I don't know what should I think about this.
Is that part of maybe an evolutionary thing that they wanted? Maybe those that are kind of watching over our planet to help open up communication between humans and animals?
Yeah, because technically it's not. It's. This is very big deal because, for example, sometimes you can't do. Sorry, you need to stop. For example, with to do with help me. With bears. Once you are you can confront bear, once you are loud enough, bear with run away. But once you are able to, how can I say that? Once you will confront she bear with you know what I mean, with small bears, yeah, badass. But now what we are seeing, especially in Europe and in the US and Canada, people are talking with bears. Not a big deal. And I was like, okay, this is funny. Go away. And we was able to hear that to camera. And there are many YouTube videos, and it is not only about the bears. It's about, I don't know, deers. It's about help me, the second one, caribous. This is crazy. Yeah.
Well, even the domestic animals, I'm around dogs and cats, and
Yeah,
I feel like
but tell me why they did that.
I don't know, but I've been noticing that when they look at me, it's like they look deep into my eyes. And it's like I joke about it and say they're mind melding me, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to influence me in my thinking.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
everything of this is, for example, and do you know what's crazy? That dogs, and I'm not telling about big dogs, they can, how can I say that? They can do anything works. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about small dogs. I don't know, like these small ones. And cats, they are meowing, something like that, and believe it or not, but these FAC soldiers are paralyzed. No, I'm not kidding you.
So you're saying that all right, so the Federal Army of the Commonwealth or Canada, those are the androids.
And Commonwealth of Federal Army of Canada and Commonwealth. It's believe it or not, but it's very easy weapon. Just use your cat and dog.
Wow. Now, why is that? Is it there's something in the program of the androids that
I don't know. I don't know.
A frequency, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
From my point of view, this is the most logical explanation. But this is so crazy. Sorry.
No, this is good. This is good, so that if a person is concerned that they're bringing home an android, that their dog or cat will be able to know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So we found something. Finally. I mean, people have been asking, well, how do we protect ourselves against the androids? Is to have a dog or a cat, I guess.
But isn't this crazy?
Yeah. And what happens to them if they're confronted by a dog?
They looked like nothing. Like, how can I say that? Like being, how can I say that? Like these meowing and barkings, they're like, and they can do nothing. Do you know what I mean?
They become like immobilized, or can they
Yeah,
move
something
around, or
something like that, like mobilized and do nothing. This is
can't talk?
absolutely crazy. Dogs and cats.
Wow.
It doesn't matter if someone or something will be meowing or barking. No, not a problem.
And so whatever their
Many people,
program.
many people. I'm just telling about this because many people. How can I say that? Um, the greatest things, you know that greatest things was able about something normal. You do know these people who was able to do this. One explains what was penicillin. You do know it was just a coincidence, and it was the exact same stuff that people were extremely afraid because they saw this FAC army and they have their I don't want to say puppy, but he was big because it
Hmm.
was he dog, but he was just a little bit puppy,
Yeah.
uh, and he barks for a few times because for them, and these people, but they were like like nothing. That was crazy.
Wow. Well, I guess that's a great protection system. And
Yeah,
people always say it's nice to have a dog or a cat
yeah.
because you can tell if there's some kind of energy in the room, but you can also tell if someone's walking around outside. So now here's
Yeah,
another reason to have a dog or a cat.
and I was talking. Sorry, I was thinking about stuff that there are too many dogs and cats, and it's absolutely there is not a problem about them. They you can't get them. Many people told me.
But you can't get who? The
No, no.
army,
Do you know
or
what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You can't harm them. These. Dogs and cats. I don't know how it is possible, but many people, I don't want to say they did it on purpose, but it was like, for example, the family, they were doing, do you know what I mean? Like something good for them, BBC, do you know what I mean? Like barbecue stuff. Happened what happened, and they have huge, extremely big Maine Coon. Do you know what I mean? This Maine Coon
hmm.
cat,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
grill, flip over, and they were like, "What?" They of course they got panic. Panic. They was panicking, and this huge cat, nothing. It wasn't. Like there was nothing a problem for them to do you know what I mean, for burning. Nothing. Everything was fine.
Yeah, that they're resilient. They always say about the cats they have 9 lives, right?
Yeah, nothing. No
Yeah.
burn. No. How can I say that? No burnings. No. The cat wasn't even in panic. Nothing. The cat was. She cat was like. What? You do know what I mean? She looked like. What's the problem? And I saw something like that from, I don't know, from March, uh, maybe April this year. Dogs and cats. So at least from my point of view, that they are definitely not normal dogs and cats.
Well, you brought up the Maine Coon, and I have house sitted for someone. I was cat sitting, and they had 2 Maine Coons in their house, or it's a condo right in Boston. And and also at one time Houdini lived in that building, that same building, right? And so there's a lot of like, I communicated with Houdini there, and I went to bring some stuff outside. I locked the door and went down the hallway and the stairs. When I came back up, the cat was standing in the hallway and the door was wide open.
I believe you. I believe
And
you.
I thought maybe I didn't lock the door correctly. I locked the door again. It happened again. And I checked the door to make sure it was locked. That was weird. That was very weird. And this cat, I don't know how, got outside into the hallway.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. So that's the stuff that I was so shocked about this, because technically this dream, I need to go to this dream. This dream was, how can I say it, so lucid that even I can't tell if it was lucid dream, if it was what. This is crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's weird.
It brings you into such a strange space. You don't know what's going on, and it almost has
but this is the stuff. This is the stuff that once Maxine told me, or Chloe told me, you know, life is strange. I know that is with Monarch always doing this. Sorry, this is so funny for me.
Yeah.
Because this is, you know, like life is strange. Okay, life is strange, of course.
Well, for you guys, it's extra strange.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I have my own strangeness, but some of the stuff that you're telling me, well, you're really working very closely to people, beings like Gary and Jerry.
Yeah, and Jerry
Bob,
loves Gary
too, right?
loves to flip everything over. Do you know what I mean? Hallway, the
Upside down.
Yeah, upside down, kitchen, 90 degrees left, bathroom 90 degrees right, anything, and he loves to do that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It is. Well, he's got a interesting sense of humor, but he gets frustrated too because he doesn't understand why humans do certain things. He thinks some of the stuff we do doesn't make any sense.
Yes, you are right. But we need to talk about, what should we talk? We need to talk about these cobalt things, because believe it or not, but cobalt is, how can I say that? It is something like what? Like water or something like that. It's nothing like that for them. They are for when? I don't know. There are many planets. There are tons, hundreds of tons, maybe millions of tons of cobalt, and they don't know what they should do with cobalt. So they are transporting them these thousands of tons of cobalts there on Earth.
Right.
That's the problem.
Who's bringing it over here? Is that Monarch or?
Yeah, Monarch.
Monarch, you said something about the umbrella group too.
Yes, of course, because they need to use these worms. They looked like worms, but can I say that? Problem is that those worms I was talking about, I mean,
yeah.
What? Sorry?
The astral worms you were talking about.
Yeah, astral worms. So they the possibility how they can do it, how they can transform from astral worms, because I don't know, did we talked about astral worms once we are respectively we were recording or not?
No, no. What came up is you said we were talking about the potential for a mega bomb using the cobalt,
Yeah,
and particularly through the Tesla vehicles. And as one of our listeners brought this up,
yeah.
by the name of Johan.
The problem is uh, about three companies. Mm, as like Monarch, Mobius, and but technically Mobius is all behind of this stuff, but no one wants to talk about them because it's very complicated to tell what they are behind everything. You know, it's practically impossible. And of course, uh, and of course. Uh, uh, Help me the second one. Uh, and for the second one was Umbrella, you know. And they need to make these worms. And it is once you are addicted to practically anything you can uh, possibly imagine. I'm talking about cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, what? Uh, being
Food, even some food addiction, sex,
Yeah, food, sex addiction,
being
uh,
online,
what being
being
online
online.
on internet, being in, how can I say that, in these, you know, casinos and all kind of stuff. Everything you can possibly imagine. They are worms, and they looked very bad. How can I say that correctly? They are very disgusting, very disgusting. And this is the stuff they are doing. I'm talking about the umbrella. What they are doing, and they are giving these worms to the heads of the people. They are giving them to the end of the skull. Do you know what I mean? And there, where is the backbone? Do you know what I mean? On this how can I say that, when a skull is uh, there is a digital stuff of being a backbone, and this is bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is very
So
bad.
it goes into the back. So how exactly do these worms work? I mean, do they send subliminal messages to create the addiction,
Yeah, but the problem is that they are not big. They are very small.
like
And the problem,
parasites?
what? Yeah,
Paras.
they are parasites, but the problem is that I don't want to say that they are parasites. No, because the stuff what they can do is that they are doing what they are doing, being specific online, what means that they are like they are using specific words for them, uh, bionics. So it means like biological and electronics. And once they did what they did, they have roots. You can't get it, how can I say that, from online. You can't do it. Once you will do this, bye bye. You will kill the you know the people, all the people. It is not about only specific one, specific man or woman. No, they did it perfectly. You can't save no one, nobody. Once if these parasites, because there are many of them, I don't know, like more than 40, maybe 50, you can't stop it. Do you know what I mean?
Is it because they're hard to, once they get into your field, um, they gain control?
Yeah, yes, and that's the problem, because technically, how can I say that? Once you are, you are, drinking the alcohol, smoking cigarettes, I don't want to say it's okay, but once you are not addicted, this is just like just a little bit sometimes, just a little bit, okay, not a problem. Or once you are online, once you are, I don't know, like being in computer, using the smartphone, having sex or something like that, okay, not a problem. But once you are, how can I say that? Once you are doing what they are doing, um, it will be the problem. Do you know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
once you are addicted, and this is it, once you are doing what they are doing, I mean, how can I say that? My friend of mine uh, is using this. Once you are, um, once you get out of the Fibonacci line. This is it, Fibonacci line. Do you know what I mean? Like once
Yes.
you got over it, bye bye. It's like, how can I say that? Point of no return. In the UK, you are using it, and you can't do nothing. You are stuck.
You also
This,
call them antennas. It's like an antenna too.
yeah, some sort of. I don't want
Yeah.
to say it is antenna, because many people, they are technically antennas. They were born like that. They are misused against their will, and they have no goddamn clue about it. No. But this is another story. No, this is not like that. No, you are not right. I mean, you are right, but not about these people. They are using this. How can I say that? You know, these people, they are addicted, and they were not addicted, but they made themselves to be addicted. These two groups of people are total different. Total different groups. It is like opposite ones. It is like, how can I say that? Like plus and minus, like 180 degrees. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're saying, let me just clarify this. You're saying that there are some people that wanted to be addicted, and then there are those that didn't know how they got addicted. They didn't want to be addicted at all.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
You said that, let's see, this has been going on for a couple decades. So that those generations are finding that they're not able to do anything. It's not that you call them, refer to the word
Uh,
useless, but like they can't
yes,
operate.
yes, yes, but we need to how can I say that? We need to get all this information to right way, right?
Okay.
Because the problem is that for normal situation, for normal, right? They were using only what? What do you think? TV and no, no, no. I am not. I am not telling you the right. Do you know what I mean? The right order, because it was like first things first. It was radio, and after radio, it was TV. I wasn't telling you in the right. I wasn't telling you that it's in the right chart. Do you know what I mean? But afterward, they were they can't stop to anything. But from what is like, it was like 20, not 20, 25 years. Oh, that's good, because there was the internet. And so they were working, because they know that it will be only a matter of time that there will be internet online for masses from, I don't know, hundreds of millions of people. So they need to build another antennas. And do you know what I mean? Another people who will be doing this. Okay, not a problem. And once they will be able to do this, I'm talking about what do this. Being online all around the world, all around the globe. These 3G, respectively 4G internet, they was able to make another people who will be able to do this. This is crazy. They can't stop it.
So, all right, so let's just do an overview so we understand fully. The people will understand. So, this is Monarch, the umbrella group. They sent these astral worms.
Mobius. Technically,
right.
I was respectively my brain, and believe it or not, I will not watch my language. My brain, my consciousness was fucked up because of Mobius.
Well, I think this was messed crazy. Up everybody. Yeah, it's definitely messed up everyone, because I've seen a lot of strange behaviors happening, and I've kind of stepped away from people that I could see were being affected by something, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. And I know that Mobius definitely had something to do with this. And so they brought in these astral worms that's been creating addictions for people, getting people to become essentially useless because of the addictions without people even knowing about it. And that's because
yes, you are
internet.
You are right.
Right? And then they used the internet. The internet had ramped up to 4G or whatever, and creates these waves. So it's type of like a mind control, right? A frequency that's going through.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah. And this is, so we're talking about anyone that's 25 years old.
And older.
Or more.
Yeah.
Has been affected by this.
Yeah,
or even
right.
less, right? Because those new ones are being exposed to it, and they're going right into not having anything normal at first, but it's going directly into this 4 or 5G.
Yeah. Absolutely, you are right. Isn't this crazy?
Complex and horrible. Yeah. It's like how do we get people to be able to break the effect and the control of the astral worms? Is there something else that we can do besides just shut off the internet?
You will be maybe, how can I say that? you will maybe doubt about me, but you need to get dog or cat.
And that's the same thing. This goes back to Mobius again, and it's that type of technology.
Yeah, because they, how can I say that? They can't do anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is it.
Well, dog's man's best friend, right?
Dogs or cats, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, that's good news. And that's an easy fix, isn't it? We'll have all these stray animals that find a home somewhere.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
And this is it, how they are doing, because they are doing this, that they are, how can I say that? They are looking to people, and they are jumping to them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just thinking that in the colleges, they have these large dorms with all of these kids, and no animals. They're not allowed to have any
And do you
animals.
know, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. No animals, how can I say that? No animals allowed.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, how can I say that? This is not the stuff that they stop using. No, you are not right. This is about it. That they that they are stopping it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're targeting this group, this age
Mm-hmm.
group. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Does it so then it locks them in. Now, um, the mint tea, does that help as well or something else?
Yes, the mint tea is helping, but people should think that the mint tea is extremely complicated, and people they are extremely using it. They can do whatever they can. You know what I mean? Like some people told me that they were talking with Tesla, and other ones told me that they were talking with Spolsarine and all kind of stuff. That's crazy.
From drinking the mint tea?
Yeah, because they were fixing themselves, and they was how can I say that? Once you need to do this, you need to be okay, and this is very bad. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we need all the tools that we can to be able to keep our sovereignty, our mental sovereignty, and cut off any type of unnatural persuasions.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, and so by bringing animals into your home will offset the frequencies of whatever they're trying to bring in, as well as the mint tea. And the
Yeah,
mint tea is with cinnamon, honey, right? And lemon.
yeah, yeah. You are
And is that
absolutely right.
spearmint tea or any kind of mint? I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah, it can be practically anything, any type of mint tea, but mint should be uh, raw, and it should be, how can I say that, fresh, you know, respectively as fresh as you can get.
But dried, can it be dried or not?
Uh, it can be, but it's not. It's something like only emergency stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So if people might want to grow mint in the gardens, mint does grow very easily
Yep.
in some regions. So you could just go out there and pick it and make your tea fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
and
right.
many markets sell it as well. I don't know how it is around the world, but I know in the US you can pick it up in some markets.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
um, I had someone contact me about Detroit, and there was two things. We had a discussion about Dracos being in an underground base there, Draconians, and as well as there was in Lake Michigan, there was an underwater gate there.
Yeah, you are right. Many people. It's so crazy because many people don't believe me that something like that can be in Detroit, but another one, people they were like, "What's the heck?" And people believe me. That is like, you know,
Hmm.
this is
Well,
crazy.
I had client, someone contact me by the name of James, and we looked at it, and there was well, I guess at one point he was in Lake Michigan as a child, and he said he felt like he almost drowned. He didn't know how it happened. He and his brother, and I guess it's a place where people have drowned. And it's almost like something's pulling them under the water.
I believe it. Believe me, I believe it.
So now you have all of the FAC there,
Yeah,
the Mobius there. So it's probably, are they working with the Dracos as well, or are they just, both of them are just doing negative stuff separately?
but what do you think? What do you think about being positive or negative? It is extremely complicated to be positive or negative because how can I say that? It is not they were not being to be negative. They are just doing what they are doing. I am talking, for example, uh, uh, Draconians, Dracos, because they have tremendous power. You know, stuff. They are extremely advanced, and they are not bad. Problem is that they don't know how to use it, so they are misusing it. But it is, try to think. I don't want to say that I am defending them, okay? I am just telling you, and everyone who will hear this, that what do you think? Will you be perfect? Will you be after? Once you will, how can I say that? Once you will have all kind of this stuff? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Not fully. We say what kind of stuff?
These highly, how can I say that? Highly um, advanced technologies. It is the very same as people once people are telling me, oh, he or she is bad, he or she has so many, how can I say that, so many stuff that I don't know, like his or her family is rich, but and he's this, that, and that. But that's the problem. Okay, he or she is from rich family, but what do you think? How you or me will be on his or her place when you will be from rich family? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
And it is absolutely the same stuff. I know that they are doing what they are doing, but what do you think? Will you be good or bad? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody
Given the
knows.
opportunity. Yeah. We don't
No.
know until people are in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, there's the temptation and the ability to have power, and I think even the nicest people can fall into the traps
Yeah,
that
you are right.
power itself.
Because no,
And
I mean, of course that it is bad. Of course, not a problem. For me, it is bad too, not a problem. But what do you think? Are you be able to, good to be okay? And can you tell me for once, for all? Oh no no no! I will do nothing like that as they are doing. No, I can't. I can't. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
hmm you don't even know. People, this is where you discover aspects of yourself that you didn't really realize
Yes,
that exist.
yes, you are absolutely right what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. So who put the technology in the hands of the Dracos in the first place then? Do you know that? Or is
I
that
don't know because is
been
the
a long time
problem
ago?
is the problem. Who and half these things were done. It will be like uh, it will be their chicken or egg. Do you know what I mean?
hmm
Do you know what I mean? This
So it's
chicken
happened a
or
long time ago. Yeah.
yeah. And we don't know, we don't have clues. Respectively, we have some clues, but it's extremely hard to determine, to say. It's like chicken egg situation.
Yeah.
And once
No,
again, I need to say sorry, but it was so mind blowing for me to get all this stuff and having such crazy as lucid dream. I don't want to say I never had something like that, but it was so crazy for me. Yeah.
but you get stuff like this all the time. I mean, but not that it's common. I mean, it's you're so close to them that for them, the ETs it's normal. For you, it's an experience, very unusual experience.
Yes, but this is, how can I say that? This type of experience is unusual and weird even for me. This is crazy what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you shared it with us so we can kind of get an
Yeah,
idea.
but the problem is that I'm discrediting you in some way because my how can I say that, my speech now is just a little bit complicated.
Yeah, no, it doesn't discredit me. It's we're just going to try to work through it and explain it so that people understand. That's all.
Yes, because the problem is that many people are telling me all this time. Do you know what I mean? Many people are telling me this, and I don't know what the heck what the heck should we do? What the heck should we stop to? You
What
know?
the language part?
Yeah, yeah. Not only language. It is about,
Explanation.
yeah. It is about not only language. It is about they are doing what they are doing, and they are stuck, and they are doing total different thing for no particular reason. For example, they are cooking or baking, and they simply stop it in the middle of it, and they are going to go like dirty stuff, and making it, and going to start washing machine just for nothing. This is crazy. This is fucked up.
Wow.
This is it what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say, that it is not only my way. This is, and many people are telling me about this.
Yeah, anomalies. Anomalies or yeah.
Yes, and believe me or not, this is about these cats and dogs stuff. I don't know how can I call it even. That they are able to not a normal situation, but in a bad situation, they are going to tell them this like dogs and cats.
Yeah.
They were like, finally, you are able to talk with me. It was like after all these years, yeah. And people are like, what? And once they start to talk with them, or mentally, astrally, of course,
Hmm.
they were stopping this all the kind of stuff. What the fudge is that?
Well, they're here to support us. I mean, animals are really, here to help people get through hard times and loneliness and some other issues.
Yes, you are right, but sometimes sometimes in very weird circumstances.
Right. But well, a lot of people will hire as like a dog whisperer or, a cat whisperer, an animal communicator to help them figure out what's going on with their
Yeah, but
animals.
this
And
is
this is going to
one.
change, right?
Yes, you are right, and because of them, there are you know, uh, another one, another animals they can talk about. Respectively, they can talk about what they were talking in the woods, in the bushes. Do you know what I mean? This is crazy.
Like the other living creatures around us, like the squirrels and the chipmunks and other
Yeah, you
animals.
are right. You are right. This is
Yeah, I've had deer, they kind of, you see them and they'll kind of look at you and they create this like energy field where there's some kind of communication. And I actually had one look at me, and I was driving and I slowed down for them, and it was like a whole bunch of them then came out and stood there and looked at me. And
yeah,
I
and
thought
they
that was interesting.
and the problem is that they, how can I say that, their eyes was, and because I never saw something about that. It was in in Sydney, and I was like, what? And there was a deers, and they looked at me like, what are you doing? Tell me, what are you doing? Tell me. And I was like, what? Seriously? That was crazy. There was many deers, and I was, to be perfectly honest, uh, I was like, oh, this is bad, because there was I mean, uh, he deers. Do you know what I mean? And they were really really high and powerful, you know. And I was like, oi oi, that's bad. What the heck should I do? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That was,
like a male kind of aggressive possibly, but
but
they
they were
weren't.
not. But they were not aggressive. They were, well,
Yeah.
just wanna talk with me about some stuff. But you know, there was, and that was crazy. It was something like Boulevard, you know, and it was bright, shiny day. It was like 2 p.m. and I was like, "Are you serious? No cars, no people, only this I don't know, like 20, maybe 25 groups of deers. I'm talking like she deers and he deers, and they wanna talk with me, and aye, that's bad, you know." Because they can do many stuff to do. I was like, oh, no, then stop that.
Yeah, and it's almost like you with their energy, it's almost like you stop and you wait for them to say or do whatever it is that they want to say.
Yeah,
And it becomes, yeah, it's
you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. I don't know
but
what they want to do. That was good. That was crazy.
but I'm finding that, before I'd interact with dogs and cats and it was kind of like it was a normal interaction. But I'm finding more recently since, and I was never a dog watcher or a cat watcher, but it seems like that has happened. It's just sort of evolved. And so, friends are just like, well, I'm going away. Can you, just watch my animals for a week or so? And I'm finding that I'm doing that. And, uh, and then I'm finding that I'm really connecting to the animals and I'm hardly around them. So yeah, that it seems to have changed in communication. And I think that maybe our wonderful ET friends are helping us to bridge the gap there and open up more communication. Even birds, I find that I have this connection with birds as well, where they'll come around, and if things are good, a certain bird will come around, and if things are bad, another bird will come around. And I had a beautiful song that was playing this morning, the birds. But before then, there was like one that was warning me about something, like a crow or
Yeah,
some,
especially
yeah.
crows and the ravens.
Hmm.
They were telling me that something will happen, and it was happened something, that my friend was killed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like they're messengers,
Because
aren't they?
it was, and I was like, what's the problem? And his sister and his no, his grandfather, his sister and his mother, they were like, they were not believe all this kind of stuff. And his mother was sorry, his father, he was like don't drive to this place because of something. Um, his sister was not believe no wasn't able to sleep, and his mother was she was like uh, out of the sleeping, because there was at least she got saved something about that, that there were people on their like spaces on their hallway, and there was nobody there, and I saw the raven, and the raven was something like that, as ravens can, and she was like the raven was like, he's already dead, he's already dead, something like that. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
who is already dead? And believe me or not, 30 minutes. So it was like 30 minutes after that. There was a policeman and telling to the people that your boy is dead, because the truck driver was fell asleep and ram his car. That was fucked up. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And it happened tomorrow.
right,
This is
right.
crazy. This
I
is
know they've
crazy.
done that to me too. They've kind of like have given me some information and
And
let
I
me
and
know.
I and I did it, always. Uh, how can I say that? Did some mm, how can I say that? Some food for them. I mean, like some nibbings. They can eat it. This all these kind of different. Help me. Different. Uh, different. Like bills. You know what I mean? These. Uh, help me. All these kind of different birds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm always ready to talk with them, because they are full of wise too.
yeah. They're carriers of information like couriers or they bring information to you, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you think? Why? It's so weird.
I think that's something that they do naturally. They kind of maybe were like an ancient form, like before we had any technology here. And I think the reason why we got into technology is because we didn't fully connect into the earth like we were supposed to. We disconnected and we stopped communicating with the earth naturally because years ago they didn't have television to tell them about the weather. They knew how to read the weather. They knew
Yeah,
how
you
to,
are. Yeah, you are absolutely right.
yeah, all of this stuff, all communication is here. And even they had crystals here, right? I think like the Atlanteans just used crystals as a
Yeah,
magnifier.
that's absolutely right, because there was no telegraph or something. Yeah, no, no. It's luxury stuff for us.
It is, but they knew what was going on and they knew if someone was invading their cities. They didn't have to see it. They felt it,
Yeah,
they knew it. And the
yeah,
animals
you
could
are.
communicate with them.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah. And when we connected from the earth, we disconnected from the animals, we did a huge injustice to ourselves and which created
But
a
the problem
separation.
is, that I don't want to say we don't know that. We know that, but we can't comprehend this. It's true. I mean, what you said. I think that we will get it for us, but if it will be good or not, do you know what I mean? That's the question.
Here's one of the problems, Peter, that I've found is that if someone does connect to the earth, or someone, wants to use herbs as remedies, or they want to communicate with animals, suddenly you're considered a witch or something evil. And what they
Uh,
don't realize,
I
it was a
need to, I need to,
natural.
I need to tell you something. The people are right because 90, not 95, 99% of people are misusing it.
Right.
They
I
are
understand
misusing it.
that.
They are misusing it. Believe me, they are. They
Well,
are.
they're using it for the bad. They're getting the information and then using it to harm others. But
Yeah,
the
yeah,
information was there for everyone, even for the good people. And so it it was something that encouraged people that wanted to do bad. This is how you do it. You connect to the earth and you use that energy to harm others. But you could connect to the earth and use the energy to be connected to the earth. And because you're responsible for what you do with that information, that
yeah.
you're
You
not
are
going
right.
to get by on using animals to support some negativity on the planet. But
Yeah,
I think,
yeah. You are right.
yeah. So, but it is a natural thing. I think all of us can do it. And I think it's also very natural for us as humans to communicate telepathically, but we don't allow ourselves to do that either. We don't practice it, or we're told that it's weird. As a kid, if you have any abilities, you're usually told, there's something wrong with you. If you
Yeah,
if you if you hear things other dimensionally, I know I had to be quiet about it when I was a kid because I didn't want to feel like I was on the outside somewhere, or separated from friends or thought about as weird.
yeah, but that's the stuff because no, that's the problem. Normal people who are these normal people, right? Because people don't want to talk about this, and that's the problem because they don't believe normal kids there because they are telling some bullshits, and that's the problem. These kids are seeing something. Do you know what I mean? Something unusual.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
adults, mm-mm, they don't believe it because they never saw that.
Or they forgot, maybe like they have things happen
Yes.
when they're kids, and then their parents tell them, stop doing that. And
Yeah.
so, it shuts it down.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it looks like we're winding down now for towards the end of the show. Peter, are there any last thoughts that you might have, or?
I think we are okay for now at least.
Okay. So I just wanted to put a little message for those of you that listen to the Andronicus transmissions. There will be no show this weekend due to some Ian's loss in his family, and we're just going to respect that. And I also had a loss in my family this weekend. I'll be going to funerals and so forth. So there'll be no Andronicus transmissions this weekend, but we will have one for you soon. And thank you very much, Peter, for all of your information and clear insight. It's always wonderful to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Until then, bye bye.
Okay, and bye to everyone, all our listeners. Thank you for supporting us again. And if you are interested in speaking with me, you can contact me through readingsbyariel.com. Thank you.